Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the world-famous Broadway Comedy Club. Are you guys ready for a good show tonight? We are live streaming to all 50 states, 22 islands, except for Russia. We are not live streaming to Russia this evening, if anyone's wondering. We are trying to live stream to the Ukraine, but we don't know that that's actually being received. This is Pascetty Presents tonight. We've got some great comics from Philly coming to the stage this evening. You have seen them all around Philly. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Aunt Pascale.
New York City! How we doing tonight, guys? Oh my God, so great to not see you under these lights. Before we get started, I want to tell you guys about a couple of great things that you can get at Pascetty.com. We now have these t-shirts, certified pre-owned girlfriend t-shirt, logo on the back, make your dreams come true, show them that you have been vetted. Okay. Also, look at this lovely box. Isn't this great? Look at that, guys. If you like to smoke weed and drink coffee at the same time, you can get a mug with my face on it. Pascetty Presents Coffee. All right. Anybody gain a lot of weight over the past year?
Yeah,
How much?
almost 25 pounds.
Yeah, let's give it up for Dan and his 25 pounds. Thank you. It's hard, you know. We've been limited. It's hard to get out there and do activities. Before COVID, my second wife had me on the Munchausen diet. That's when she keeps you in the house munching till, you know, she'll still fuck you, but you're too fat, nobody else will. So after we split, then I was living with two other comics. I was on the Brohausen diet. And that's when you take all the money that you used to spend on food and you spend it on weed and cigarettes. And then that led me to the Smokehausen diet, where you replace one meal a day with a half pack of cigarettes. I lost 35 pounds. You can do it too. You can do it too. And it's tough because I found myself single at 50. I look pretty good for my age, right? Wouldn't you say? But that's a very important qualifier for my age. Like if I stepped to this young lady, she'd be like, get away from me, middle-aged creep. So when I started dating again, I started dating women in their 40s. But they all want an LTR. Do you know what an LTR is, miss? A long-term relationship. And that's my MO. I'm what you call a serial monogamist. You know, when I fall in love, it's forever, which is usually about 10 years. It's a good run. So like I said, I started trying to date women in their 40s, but they're all looking for that LTR, like right off the bat. If you're only willing to date somebody who's not seeing anybody, isn't that the loser pile?
Right now.
I had to stop going to the gym because of this pose.
And yoga.
Did you ever see this one's called My Kids Need a New Stepdad? When done correctly, that's a matrimony. But so then I start just dating women my age, in their 50s. And just by coincidence, I start dating Jewish women. I'm not in my phone like, they are the Jews. Starts out innocent enough, right? I mean, like, remember 2 or 3 Marches ago whenever COVID started? 19, 20, right? I'm dating this lawyer. We're sitting 6 feet apart on her porch, drinking coffee with our masks on. Things progress, sir. You ever do heavy petting with the mask and gloves on? It's fun, right? We're following the CDC guidelines until her nipple popped out. Then, I got to sneak past her demented mom/roommate. That's a lot of pressure for a guy my age. COVID, sex with a stranger, active Jewish mother guilt. Let me ask you something, Romy's mom. You ever wonder what kind of guy buys those dick pills by the checkout at the gas station?
I think I know.
Yeah. This guy. Listen, this isn't the NCAA. There are no rules against performance-enhancing substances, and I came to ball! All right. Are you guys ready for some really funny people? I appreciate you guys coming to Broadway tonight. The next person I want to bring up, first person I want to bring up, is a member of my sketch troupe, Pascetty Presents. You can see her on YouTube in Santoxication and Philly Jeopardy. And she's been working on something really new. She is a super mom and a super funny lady. Guys, give it up for Lavergne.
A lot shorter than you. Well, it's so good to be here tonight, or really anywhere where I'm not covered in bodily fluids. Not like that. As Aunt said, I am a mom. And I just want to also point out that there's just no better way to kill some time than with a glass of antifreeze on the rocks and a toaster to the bathtub. And yet here you all are. And that's beautiful. So I'm 31. I have been with my husband for a shrinking, hopefully that wasn't foreshadowing. I've been with my husband for 16 years. Our second baby just turned 1. And, you know, guys, I don't want to be one of those girls, but I think it's starting to get kind of serious. And my husband's not just an immigrant, he's an invasive species. At this point, he's spawned twice, he uses our resources, he has sex with our women, woman that I know of. And at this point too, you know, I don't like talking during sex. I know the menu, I don't need it read through the speaker. Although there is a line you don't cross, and that runs horizontally across the perineum. I'm just kidding. We don't have sex. My room is a giant sexless laundry basket. Well, I guess actually, you know what, technically that's not true. We were in the shower the other day doing math. And later on, when I was shaving my toes because I'm Italian, I ended up accidentally shaving a little jizz, which I think counts as baby's first haircut. And we said till death do us part, but we didn't specify whose. So when Tom Hanks goes, I'm just going to take that as a sign. It's time to throw in the towel. And ladies and gentlemen, I have very important information for you. Did you know that after semen and whiteout, the most expensive liquid to poison someone with is printer ink? It's true. It is. I think that's why so many people use antifreeze instead. That, and it's delicious. I prefer all natural ink to antifreeze. I don't like that synthetic stuff. I really feel that there's just something beautiful about waking up early and traipsing across the frosty fields to milk the squids, only to find out it was actually a hobo with dreadlocked pubes. Don't worry though, Tom Hanks is safe from me. I don't think I'd make a very good murderer. But you don't know until you try. I'm not going to try on you guys, don't worry. But the thing is, truly, I come from a long line of people who are just really bad at things. I'm sorry, I think that was the ghost from beyond I'm about to talk about. Sorry, ancestors. But really, I have a long line of people, they're very bad at things. My great-great-grandparents were a priest and a nun who were very bad at their jobs, obviously. And it's super cute too. You know, their grandson actually just helped me join this very exclusive club. It's brand new. You may have heard of it. People are like dying to get in. It's called the Dead Dads Club. It's that fun, cute way of saying my dad died a couple of weeks ago. And there's a lot you prepare for when someone dies, right? Like who's going to delete their browser history, or I don't know, reallocate the 327 tulip bulbs and 15 chainsaws they somehow managed to acquire. But the one thing I hadn't counted on was Michelle from Michigan, whose name surprisingly is not made up, and who called me 3 hours after my dad did a really bad job of continuing to be alive to ask me if I would like to donate, not his car, his eyeballs. Now, it's not that I was planning on using them for any recreational purposes, but at the same time, wrong, but oh no, we don't have any ping pong balls. Wait a minute. And I get it, you know, not all cancers are created equal. Lindsay Lohan is no Meryl Streep. But it turns out you can have cancer of the everything. Pancreas, liver, spleen, heart, lungs, xiphoid process, total abdominal cavity, to infinity and beyond. And Michelle from Michigan will still call because apparently they can use your dad's eyeballs. And this isn't like 1877 Cars for Kids. C-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. I'm very sorry. I should not have done that. I apologize. But it's not like that, where you just get your little receipt for tax purposes. Oh no. No, Michelle's gonna want a detailed medical history of your father, including his sexual exploits. Why this is, I do not know. Maybe she's concerned that he hasn't seen boobs in the last 5 years since he got divorced, and that if they put his eyeballs in somebody else and suddenly they see boobs for the first time in 5 years, they'll have a fucking seizure. Maybe she's concerned that if they transplant his corneas and that person opens their eyes, they'll be overwhelmed by the disco ball hanging above the round, rotating bed everyone clearly uses post-eye transplant. Or maybe they're just worried that he'll open his new eyes to see that somehow they managed to make 5 children in 10 years. That I know of. Anyway, the best part of all of this is once they've harvested the little suckers, they put in these tiny Velcro diving boards for no fucking reason because we're just gonna set them on fire anyway. So now, those diving boards have been melted into the 350-pound amalgamous mash that was once Fred. And I guess here the moral of the story is I can't say that I have my father's eyes. Because Michelle does. Thank you. Please be an organ donor. Fuck you, Michelle.
8th Avenue with Mike Hoff. We're in New York City. Hey, can I tell you a joke, miss? Can I tell you a joke? No, she's afraid. Her son's protecting her, though. Okay. All right, I'm with this couple here on 8th Avenue. So what are your names? And you are? Nice to meet you guys. Why did the robot stop watching porn?
Why?
He lost his sex drive.
Why should you never have sex with a loved one in a graveyard? It's a sign your relationship's dead.
Wasn't she swell? Give it up for Lavergne, everybody. Well, the next performer I have coming to the stage has a lot going for her. You can see her at 2 Street on Tuesday nights at 2nd and Reed, and you can catch her on Instagram, and you can also see her carrying a toddler around Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, Meg Casem.
What is up, everybody? Yes, let's feel this energy in the room. That's right, I need all of your energy tonight. And I'm not talking about that big dick energy. The fuck is that? Big dick energy? No. It's about that wet pussy energy. Did you come through dripping tonight or not? That's right. I'm loving this. Every single moment of this has been great. You're probably looking at me and you're probably wondering, is she Mexican or is she Chinese? You know, what color is her rice even? Like, do I bow? Do I give this bitch a hug? You know? Is her cousin in cage or did her cousin start COVID? The answer is both, everyone. I'm actually Filipino. Yes, that's right. We are the Mexicans of the sea. That's how that goes. That means that a lot of my favorite foods are challenges on fear factor. It's like, hey, do you like ox balls? Yeah, if grandma's making that shit, I'll take 2 servings, please. Yeah, it's great. It's great to be an Asian American woman in this day and age, you know? How do you feel about this whole war thing going on? It's okay. You can just say I have no opinion. It's devastating. It's great for me, okay? It's so great. Asians had it so bad for the past 2 years. I'm living off of this. I'm so glad we're going back to hating the Russians over here. It's good. I'm doing well. I mean, I'll take whiskey any day versus the vodka, for sure. I mean, like, people are just like, yo, aren't, like, Russians Asian? I'm like, nah, man, we disown them. That's how that went. But I do like whiskey a lot. I like whiskey a lot, and I love dick a lot, too. That's right. I don't like the two words together, though. What do you do when that happens? Hello? Are you working?
Yes.
He was working. That's why all the guys are so quiet right now in this room. Holy shit. What if I told you that it happens to the best of us? You know, it's home, we're home, it's late, you take me there, and I'm just like, you know what, babe? I am so sorry. I just can't take this shirt off right now. I got whiskey tits. Skirt's not coming off either. I got whiskey clit. It's a whiskey ass pussy for me. You know. Except I just had a baby, so it's a wide ass pussy now. That's right, everyone. You got parents in the house? Yeah. All right. So when your friends tell you, dude, I slept like a baby, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? You're like, really? You slept like a newborn? You mean you woke up every 3 to 4 hours just to wake up, eat, and shit your pants? Cool. Cool, man. But they're actually pretty simple compared to us adult humans. There's actually some science behind it with their sleep. They fall asleep so fast because they hit their REM cycle. But I too would also do that if my only emotions were, is this pleasant or is this unpleasant? Or as I like to say, feed me, or this fart is gonna rip me in half, Mom. Gonna do that. You know, you ask a baby where to eat, and it's just like, it's not like, I don't know, where do you want to eat? I don't know, I have a gluten allergy. You know, I wish that I could solve most of my problems by popping a titty in someone's mouth. It's a good life with a baby. But I will watch Disney princess films with him because that's something that I told myself that I'm going to do. With the Disney princess films. I think we're going to start off with Pocahontas because she's by far my favorite princess. Pocahontas is my spirit animal when I'm tripping on acid, okay? That's right. I'm talking to trees, befriending raccoons, and I'm definitely going to leave with the white guy. Can you believe that shit though? She had fine ass cocoa. Cocoa, you could melt butter off of this guy's ass. She's like, should I marry Cocoa? And I'm like, yes! Marry him! Marry that man! But she's like, oh, I don't know. I'll take John Smith. I'll take the colonizer. I'll take that guy. Cinderella, though, probably my least favorite princess out of all of them. You ever had girls' night? And, like, it was going great, but you had the one girl, like, hold you up and you're like, Cindy, get in the Uber, Cindy. Put that drink down, Cindy. That's not yours. Here's the one thing that I can't stand about Cinderella, or feel like I can't trust. I don't trust no bitch who leaves her shoes at the club. All right, my name's May. Everyone, have a great evening.
May Casem, everybody. Let us hear it.
This next guy is a little different. He's traveled from New Jersey to California and back. He's a poet, he's a comic, he's here to tell you his tales.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Hoff.
Greetings, Earthlings. They call me Mike Hoff. If you can't tell by this anorexic Mark Anthony look, I am a starving artist. I fancy myself a modern-day Romeo. I believe in love at first sight. How you doing? Is your name Juliet by any chance? Maybe next time. I write and recite romantic poetry, and I'm suicidal. All right, we got some pro-choice here. I'm actually pro-choice. As a starving artist, if I get a woman pregnant, that baby is going to be born into a bad situation. So I should be allowed to kill myself, that's all I'm saying. All right, I'll lighten it up a little bit. I got a romantic poem for you now. You ready over here? Juliet, not Juliet, okay? You and me, sitting in a tree, B-L-A-Z-I-N-G. First comes blunts, then comes laughter. When we're done, maybe sex after? You think Juliet's gonna like it? I think she'll go for it. I turned 38 last month. Now some would call me a millennial. I prefer Toys R Us kid. Growing up, my parents and teachers like, you're such a good boy. You're so smart. You can do anything. So I've been homeless for the last 6 months. Not just anyone can make it on these streets. I went from Florida to California and back to Jersey. I slept in downtown city blocks, suburban main streets, and rest areas. Not once. I mean, not one single time was I offered sex for money. I support sex workers too. I'm not talking about these social media posts. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm a lover, what can I say? I didn't learn to hate until Hollywood taught me to be homophobic. Now, I am so dedicated to pride, I let some guy blow me for this joke. And to help him out the closet. It brings me great shame. I should not have charged him $1,000. I mean, he put in that work. I can feel your judgment out there. Don't judge me. I was going through a rough time. So I decided to go celibate. This dick. I made so much money selling dick pics, PayPal suggests I start a business account. That's when I started my OnlyFans. I don't know about y'all. Hey Dawn, you got any hobbies? What hobbies do you have? What do you like to do when you're not at comedy clubs?
I like to smoke weed.
That's what I'm talking about. There we go. I'm coming out with a weed book next month. You're gonna love it. And actually, that's what I do on OnlyFans. I just sit there naked and smoke weed and I get paid. It's glorious. But I do have another hobby. I started taking calligraphy because I can't read my own handwriting. Like I should be prescribing Xanax to housewives. Or mailing my manifesto to the FBI. I'm trying to go from size 9 chicken scratch to size 12 sand schizophrenia. That's right, we got handwriting jokes here today, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little depressed when I was diagnosed as schizophrenic. So I realized I'm the lucky one. Y'all are stuck in this shitty reality. I get to alternate timelines. Half the time I spend where Berenstain Bears is still spelled E-I-N. All right. Now I read a study that said, your dreams may be an alternate reality. Do you know what that means? 1, I am Aubrey Plaza's sneaky link. And 2, Berenstain Bears is spelled E-I-N. Before I go, I just have to say, I don't care if you're black, brown, white, straight, trans, or gay. It costs $500 to watch and $1,000 to play. In the end, it doesn't even matter. We're all just living in a simulation anyway. In the end, nothing really matters. We're all just living in a simulation anyway. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Bum, bum, bum. Thanks, everybody. I'm in my top.
You can see Mike Hoff in Philly Jeopardy. You can see Mike Hoff in the rap video Donuts. Yeah? Who doesn't want to see two middle-aged white guys singing a rap song about pastries? Check that out on YouTube. Are you guys ready for your first half feature comic? All right. Guys, she's one of the funniest women in Philadelphia. She can roast the shit out of anybody, including her own mother. She is your feature for this first half, the very funny Romy Rosner.
Thank you so much. Broadway Comedy Club, what the fuck's going on? We're having a good time? We got moms that smoke weed. We got moms that look like virgins. It's crazy. Yeah, thank you, Anne, for asking my mother about penis pills. That made me feel weird. Don't tell Dad. Yeah. Guys, give it one more time for Mike. That was awesome. Yeah. Mike looks like if they let the Make-A-Wish kids do stand-up. Maybe that was too much. Don't start with the cancer stuff. That's not how you win them over. No, you're beautiful and healthy. That's a beautiful thing. You guys are gross. Are you guys dating?
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat, so you just put the tip in. We've all heard that before. Cover your ears, Mom. It's gonna get real weird real quick. I like this set. This is like a hostage setup, you know, and I'm like running the room. No, dog day afternoon? No one? Okay. I live at home. Anybody else live at home? No, no one else? You're all fucking success stories? All right. I live at home and it's tough because my mom, who's here? Give it up for my mom, everybody. Give it up for her. I bring her to shows. She's my chauffeur. I bring her to shows, and a lot of people ask me. Everybody comes up. They go, "Who is that?" You know, they all want to know. And I have a different response for everyone. Like sometimes I'm like, "It's my parole officer," you know. And then sometimes I'll be like, "She's my twin sister." And then the whole night they're like trying to figure out what disease she has, you know. Fucking Benjamin Button bitch. Just kidding, drive me home. But yeah, I live at home. And it's tough because my mom just got a Ring doorbell. So now my weed guy's got to wear a gimp suit. It's tough. What could you possibly be looking at? You would rather look at the fucking brick wall than me. Okay, Michael Kors handbag, okay. Princess Polly pussy, I don't know. I can keep going. I can't stop once I've started. I was in the Philly roast battle. I just won the belt for the 4th time. Give it up for that. Yeah, honestly, it's gotten tighter each time. I think you know? But you guys are beautiful. You're sort of dating. Are you in college? Are you doing research? I don't know. What do you?
College.
What college did you go to?
Columbia.
Fuck these guys, dude. Fuck these guys. They're literally the reason why I dropped out, you know? Which is probably a mistake. Because I live at home. But I live at home, and the other day, my mom was like, "When are you gonna pay rent?" I was like, "I don't know, when are you gonna fucking remember I like them sunny side up," you know what I mean? This kid gets it. Do you live at home, young man? That's yes. He's so much cooler than me, it's disgusting. We could do Legos and shit. I can't relate. You know. But my mom is Jewish, hold your applause. And then Anne was talking about fucking Jewish women, so watch your drink. Watch your fucking drink. But I want to make an ancestry site for Jewish people called 23 and How Much? It's an anti-Semitic joke I like to tell. It's good, right? Fuck you. Anybody dating? Anybody? You dating at all? No dating? You guys don't know. I'd watch your drink. He's got chaos in his eyes. I don't know. Can I ask you a real question? Is your shirt pink or did you like fuck up laundry? Like.
No,
Alright, so you're gay, I get it. Asked and answered. I'm trying to date, you know, I'm on Tinder. Anybody on Tinder? Tinder's cool. And it's tough, you know, one of my Tinder profile pictures is me doing stand-up, right? And every comment I always get from every guy is always like, oh my god, I love karaoke. And it's like, no, that's not, it's worse. But I got a Tinder message from a guy, and he was like, do you like bread? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, do you like being choked? I was like, not as much as I like bread, you know? But we went out, and you know, we went out, and we went on this date, and we were laughing. I made the joke. And we were laughing, and he was coming down from the laugh, and he was like, haha, thank God you're not a lesbian. And then I was like, I know. And then I was like, wait, what? And he was like, well, you know, you dress like a man, and you have a really low voice. And I was like, well, you wanted to go out, so maybe you're the gay one, you know? But this guy was so hot, so I wanted to keep the date going, you know? I was like, I guess I gotta, like, pretend to be this boy's papa? So we were walking down the street, and he was like, oh, do you want to go get some ice cream? And I was like, ask your mother. And then he was like, what? I was like, nothing. You know? But the end of the date came. What's gonna happen at the end of this date? I hope a breakup. I don't see you guys together. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I saw them come in, he didn't pull the chair out for her, and she almost fucking fell. She almost went through the slot. I was like, oh my god, dude. Just kidding, you're beautiful, I'm gross. Dude, sometimes when I go to the doctor, they weigh me like a dog. I'm like, no, I just make up 18 May Casems. That's how that should be the scale. You know? Don't serve me before I perform. Listen. They didn't ID. Listen. It's gonna be a good time. But we're on the date. It was the end of the date, and it was a beautiful time. And you know, you're leaning in, end of the date. And I just ruffled his hair, and I was like, early bird gets the worm. And he was like, I think I love you. And I was like, I know. And then I went home, you know? He's still 8 years old back there, this guy. Oh my god. He's gonna get some hair on his chest after this one. My goodness. Is he in school? Yeah. Is he good in school? Yeah, he is. I wasn't good in school. So she's like, what? She's like putting on, she's like a Meryl Streep. She's like, hey, the Iron Lady. I wasn't good in school, she can confirm. I was very confrontational with teachers. I didn't like them. And then one time I found out that one of my teachers vaped, which I was like, first I was like, dope. And then I was like, wait, no, you know? And then I blackmailed him to get good grades. So I would like have to go into my guidance counselor's office and be like, FFFFA. They're like, you're very natural at history. And I'm like, I'm a time traveler, you know? That'd be weird to be a time traveler. Anyways, I went to the supermarket the other day, and I went up to the worker and I said, excuse me, sir, do you know where I can find the nut butter? And he giggled. Delayed reaction. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I was like, you know what, sir? The local Acme is just not at its local standard, you know? It's not at its local standard. Anybody here travel at all? They travel to Colombia. He has dreams, maybe, I don't know. Dreams are weird. Do you travel at all, ma'am?
Yeah, I do.
Where do you travel?
The Dominican Republic, Florida.
Okay, don't flex on us, ma'am. Like, I drove fucking 2 hours with this clown to do 10 minutes, dude. That's my vacation, all right? Tomorrow I'm going to Raven. Like, we all know what it is. That's the inside baseball, but it was worth it. What else is going on? I travel. I like to just see who travels because I like to gauge who has money, you know what I mean? But do you guys know about this place, Ibiza? You'll learn about it in science. Ibiza's cool. Everybody in Ibiza is hot, you know? I feel like in Ibiza I'd be invisible, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a Trenton 10, you know what I mean? It's tough. I don't like how you guys laughed at that. It didn't make me feel good at all. Every time I tell that joke, I'm waiting for a, no, what, you? But she has such a good personality. That's not even true. And that's your fault. That's on you. The tits are you. But everything else, you bland bitch. God, why do you even come to these things? Oh yeah, I can't drive. I filled my permits test so many times they just knew me at the DMV. I was like, Martha, back at it again. Saturday from 10 to 2, baby. And she's like, you got this. At one point, the woman behind the counter like tried to help me cheat, you know? Because it was electronic. It was just like A, B, C, or D, and she's like holding up numbers. I'm like, I don't speak deaf, dude. You're not deaf. But you do have red hair, which is really cool. I wish I could dye my hair. I could. I possibly could. But I won't. Because I'm a pussy. You know what I'm supposed to be? I've been in comedy for a while, which is cool. They're done. She's already ordering her Uber. I just saw her Waze pop up on her phone. I hope I've ruined your relationship. I've been doing comedy for a while, which is cool. And I feel like I finally made it, because I was recently offered cocaine. You guys familiar? Colombia? No, that's more an Adderall scene. I was offered cocaine. I didn't want to be like a pussy about it. So this guy offered me cocaine. I was like, oh, I just had some, I'm full, you know what I mean? All right, you guys have been a treat. I've been Romy Rosner, thanks so much.
Give it up for Romy Rosner! Guys, I've been loving doing this showcase thing, and we're gonna change the direction of the show in the summer. I've been working with Dan Tamayo here at Broadway Comedy Club, and we're going to bring more of a variety show to you guys moving forward. That was Romy finishing right on time. So, to that end, I have found something in Philadelphia that you guys are not gonna believe. I can't even describe to you how gay this is. And I mean that in the best possible way. Ladies and gentlemen, your first half headliner, Johnnie Michael.
Welcome to the Pennsylvania Unemployment Compensation Benefits Hotline. Our hold music sounds prosperous, doesn't it? We could have played you all over Orchestral Suite number 3 in D, Gavotte 1 and 2 by Bach. But instead, we play the opening and then we stop it. And then we tell you that we would have preferred if you had gone to the website. None of your problems can be resolved through the website if you're at this point. Just don't fucking call us. And then we play the opening again. And then we stop it again, during an average hold time of 2 hours. If you can get through the busy signal. Would you like to hear the end of this song? Well, that's too fucking bad. But we'll play the opening again for you. Except sometimes we'll change it up to Concerto Grosso in D, Opus 3, Movement 1 Vivace by Handel. Not for too long though. We wouldn't want you to forget about Orchestral Suite number 3 in D, Gavotte 1 and 2 by Bach. Remember this old chestnut? We tried to select music that would reflect the complex, frustrated emotional state that you would be in while you waited for us to tell you whether you have a future or not. You don't. But perhaps it would be a comfort to you if we again played Concerto Grosso in D, Opus 3, Movement 1 Vivace by Handel. This has been the Pennsylvania Unemployment Compensation Benefits Hotline telling you to go fuck yourselves. Jerk off God. happy,
That means gay.
but I'm Mr. Blue.
That's less gay.
I pretend that I'm happy
It's still gay.
since I blew you.
I jerk off, guys. Oh no, one named Barry, one named Ty. I jerk off, guys. One was artsy, one was spry. One to laugh and one to cry.
Will I laugh or love again? He'll never see me cry. So I walk with a smile on my face, knowing I swallowed that guy. I pretend that I'm carefree, my heart and I pretend that I'm carefree,
But it got in my eye. Two faces have I. Oh no, one with come and one that's tried. Two faces have I. One with come and one that's tried. One with come and one that's tried. One with come and one that's tried.
You know, people ask me what my comedy's like, and I say it's like if homosexuality were set on fire, but its flesh doesn't burn because it's a skeleton, because it's metal. And it's true. And you know what else is true is that you cannot suppress your child's homosexuality by enrolling them in karate. And now it's time for erotica with Johnnie. Ooh, this is a Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer erotica. The Capitol Rotunda is a fine location for a power scene, but we want to underscore the tenderness. So we go now to the White House Rose Garden, where, like Shakespeare's Fair Verona, we lay our scene. Parajudicially holding his Senate gavel aloft in a gesture of dominant sexual provocation, Chuck beckons Mitch closer. Mitch is a little shy. This isn't the park he usually goes to when he meets men on Grindr. And he's come close to catching an infection in this garden before. Observing Chuck's swelling bulge, Mitch suddenly felt he could reach across the aisle, for Chuck was not in favor of gun control tonight. Something went off in Mitch's pocket. He opened his phone and stared straight through the Pokemon Go app to the front of Chuck's pants, where he beheld Combuskin, the fire chicken. But Mitch was after a different pocket monster tonight. Yes, he would evolve this cock to its final form. Chuck put his hands on Mitch's shoulders and firmly pushed downward. Mitch instinctively looked to the right. And there, on a bench beset with roses, he saw a carving, a heart with the words, Donald and Mike forever. But what was that smell? Had Chuck already reached closure? Not so. For in 1966, Lady Bird Johnson had made a big to-do of planting a large Bradford pear tree in the soft dirt of the White House. and the strong smell of tree semen lay thick on the quilt of the night. Yes, this is classy erotica. This is educational. A career careful conservative, Mitch was on PrEP, the drug that prevents transmission of HIV, because he knew overconfidence in the gay community because of PrEP caused a sharp rise in other STDs like syphilis and herpes. See, really, this is educational. You need to use protection even if you're on PrEP. Learn your lesson well, my gays. There would be no time for the emergency late-night session with their fag hag, Nancy. No, Mitch would give his constituent a deliberate and thorough proceeding. A gentle rain misted the garden, dispersing the pungent tree semen like an aerosol can of Glade in the Senate men's room. The rain picked up, but Mitch wasn't worried about getting mud on the breezy chinos Elaine had picked out for him at Kohl's. Still, he was reluctant to move past opening remarks due to the sharp rise in other STDs like syphilis and herpes following overconfidence in the gay community after the introduction of PrEP. Did you hear what I fucking said? You need to wear protection when you're using PrEP. Don't be pressuring people into unprotected sex because you're on PrEP. In fact, don't be pressuring people into unprotected sex at all. Ahem, sultry tone. The earthen chamber of roses and smells stood still at a deadlock. They were facing a tie, and Kamala was nowhere to be found. So after all these years, Chuck finally made good on his threat to end the filibuster. Yes, he threw a dick in McConnell's mouth. And Mitch got herpes because they weren't wearing protection even though they were both on PrEP. Fucking filibuster my ass. If that got you hot, you don't need to tell anyone. You can store that here in your spank bag for a private, homoerotic nocturnal emission at a later time. Like a mask in a rose garden, wear it bad, because you don't know what's gone on in there before. I'm Johnnie Michael, and you know what you need to know to be gay now. Sweet dreams, faggots.
Was that not the gayest thing you've ever seen? Guys, thanks for coming to the first half. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to start the second half right now. I know that seems weird, but I'm chopping this into 2 shows.